What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fit Foodie Podcast. I'm your host, Luis Medrano. Today's episode is all about secret post-workout protein hacks that you can do, that you can implement, that you can apply, and that are super easy to make. So I'm going to share with you guys something that I've been doing recently, which allows me to hit my protein goals, have an amazing post-workout meal, which is super easy to make and is very satisfying and can be modified to your liking. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple of uh, ideas that you can do for your post-workout nutrition to make sure you're refueling, replenishing, and getting that protein in, right? Because for body recomposition, meaning shedding fat and building muscle, especially as a vegan, especially as a plant-based foodie, you want to make sure you're hitting your protein targets as consistently as possible. So, guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. Hopefully, you're having an amazing day, whatever day you happen to be listening to this podcast episode. Welcome, thank you, and let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. So, again, we're jumping into today's topic, which is secret high protein post workout hacks. And I'm going to share with you my two favorites, but I'm going to really dig into the one that I've been doing, for the last few weeks since the new year. And that's just been working like magic for me. So, first of all, guys, a little bit about why you don't see results with your nutrition, even if you're working out consistently. And the main thing is you really are not aware of how many of you guys struggle with knowing how to get your protein, understanding how to get your protein on a vegan diet. Maybe you're aware of protein sources and where to, you know, get protein on a vegan diet, things like tofu, seitan. You know that there's different kinds of protein powders out there. You know that there's all kinds of other mock meats and products and things that you can use that have protein in them, and even many whole food sources like pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds and oats and greens have protein, nuts have protein in them, but it becomes confusing and overwhelming to know how to get your protein in, and as a result you really don't do anything, and because of with your fitness, and because of that you don't achieve your weight loss goal, you don't change the way your body looks, and you're kind of just spinning your wheels even if you're consistently working out without a proper nutrition plan for your specific goals. You're really not going to get anywhere, guys. So, post-workout nutrition and even just your overall nutrition plan throughout the day, regardless of what time you work out, is super critical, guys. You got to make sure that for your specific body, there's no cookie cutter plan that I can tell you and share with you to say you need to get this much protein or this much carb or this much fat. But for sure, as far as achieving your fitness goals, calorie intake and protein are like the top of the tier. From there, you could play around with fats and carbs. We're not going to jump into that in this episode. That's like for a whole another episode. The focus here is definitely your protein. Now, the importance comes with you trying to achieve body composition changes. If you are actually trying to change the way your body looks in the mirror, meaning you're visibly able to see your muscles, you're visibly able to shed fat and see that over time, then it means that your body's changing because your nutrition is on point, right? And so it is important not only for achieving your fitness goals, but also for recovery. Now, we know, and if you're not aware of your recovery and your growth and your strength gains and your fitness gains don't happen in the gym. They happen in your post gym hours, which is the majority of the day, and especially during your sleep, right? But nutrition plays a huge role in making that happen, right? So especially if you're on a plant-based diet, you got to make sure you got your things, in order as far as your nutrition. And one of the big components of that is your protein, right? So you want to make sure that you are hitting your protein. So I'm going to start with in hack number one. This is one that I've done for many years and I've used for many years. Not something that I'm currently doing now, although I do include one in my daily plan, and that is a post-workout smoothie. Guys, you can't get any easier than that. Whipping up a quick smoothie in 5 minutes or less can be very convenient. Can allow you to hit your protein goals. And there's so many varieties. There's so much varieties, right? Especially with the different kinds of protein powders available out there, it becomes very easy to mix and match flavors and styles. And one easy way to do that is just to have a nice big post-workout smoothie. Personally, for me, I prefer a smoothie to be like a snack during the day versus having it as a meal. But hey, if you are busy and if you want to just come home and say you're going to have a meal out of a shake, a smoothie, you absolutely can do that. and a very satisfying and filling meal too, depending on what you put on it. But of course, the foundation of it is um, protein. So you want to make sure you're getting your protein intake in with a post-workout smoothie. So that could include things like a high quality protein powder with um, some fresh fruit like bananas, maybe some oats to thicken it up, some peanut butter, almond milk, berries, even throwing in some spinach in there for some greens and extra nutrition. I mean, the combinations really are endless. So that's one way. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm having a midday smoothie snack. So it's just a chocolate protein powder with strawberries. I throw some hemp seeds in there and creatine, and that's I serve it nice and cold. And to me, it's such a delicious snack. Now, it's not a full meal for me. I like personally right now having big, big plates of food, and that's what I'm gonna get to next. This is my um second hack that I've been doing, post-workout protein hack that you can whip up in 10 minutes or less. And if you're looking for something more substantial and that's actually a meal, this is what you want to do, guys. This is what I've been doing, and it's something that I encourage you to do. You can do this for any meal, but I especially do it personally for me. My schedule, I work a full-time teaching job during the day, and then I come home after the gym. So I go to the gym after work, and I'm usually home around 6 o'clock or so, and then I whip up my dinner, and it's done quickly. Also, this can be done for lunch. I've been doing this too. If I have a busy day, if I know I have a work day the next day, then what I'll also do is whip it up and have it ready for lunch tomorrow. So basically, what I do is already pre-planned, right? So I know how much I'm gonna have of certain of my food, my meals for that day. But for this post-workout meal, so that I'm ready to eat in 10 minutes or less, and I like my food made fresh. That's why I do it this way. Here's what I do. I take a certain amount of seitan, and I like right now I'm buying store-bought. I use Franklin's Farm seitan. It's already seasoned. It's easy to prepare and cut up and saute, super easy. So I take seitan. It's the seitan chunks from Franklin Farms. Upton's Naturals is another brand, and I just cut it up into little, I mean, chunks like pieces of, say, like chunked beef or chunked meat. I don't really dice it fine. I throw that in a pan with a certain amount of veggies. Now, these can be frozen veggies for convenience, or what I've been getting is just a bag of, in it is a 4 cup serving of broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and I throw the entire bag in there. This can also be worked with frozen veggies. I know Costco has this huge, like 4 pound bag of veggies. You can scoop out 4 cups and throw that in the pan. Start whipping that up. And I've been throwing in edamame for extra protein, and then also shirataki noodles. Shirataki noodles are a low carb noodle source. And so I just saute that up with some liquid aminos, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, black pepper as the base. And then from there, you play around with seasonings. I try, depending on what I'm in the mood for, I'll try different seasonings. But the base, the foundation is liquid aminos, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. From there, I play around with different seasonings, and you could always try different things. But guys, this meal is whipped up in 10 minutes. And when I'm done, I mean, this bowl of food is gigantic. It typically has about 30 to 40 or more grams of protein. So it's an easy way to meet your protein goals. And the reason I call it a hack is because you're not in the kitchen cooking away or frustrated with figuring out what to eat. It's made in 10 minutes or less, and it's an amazing, delicious meal, guys. So just to recap, seitan, veggies, either fresh or frozen, already pre-made. You don't want to sit there and chop unless you don't mind spending more time to do that. But this episode's all about hacks and how to get it done quickly, right? After your veggies, some edamame or some kind of beans like black beans. I like edamame because they're higher in protein. And then some kind of carb source. In this case, I use shirataki noodles. You can use rice if that's your thing, or potatoes on the side, whatever. I'm giving you the easiest method to go about it so that you have a delicious high protein meal after the workout, whipped up in 10 minutes or less, guys. So easy to make. And then the base is aminos, black pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. You could use salt if you want. If you don't want to use aminos, you could use tamari or soy sauce, or even coconut aminos. Play around with the flavors and the seasonings. What matters is the base, which is whipped up quickly, guys. Super easy, high protein post-workout meal to ensure that you're meeting your protein goals, and not just that, but meeting your fitness goals, achieving body composition changes, by eating in a way that allows you to meet your macro targets for the day, whatever that is for you guys. So some reasons why I advocate focusing on getting your protein in is obviously because it's the determinant factor of body composition changes and allowing you to shed fat with minimizing muscle loss during the fat loss phase. Or if you're building muscle, maximizing muscle gain. Or if you're maintaining the muscle that you've already gained, right? So protein becomes very important, right? So you also want to make sure that you find a flow that works for you. So I'm giving you something that has worked for me because as a busy teacher during the day, I don't have time to prep elaborate meals. Um, but what I feel is with a meal like this, I feel like I'm eating like a king and it feels like an elaborate restaurant style meal, but something that's super easy made in 10 minutes, right? And it becomes something that I can fit into my lifestyle. Now, if you're listening to this, you're probably busy, you have a work schedule too. Try this if you're trying to meet your protein goals or you're struggling with what to eat, have your protein and how to do it. Do this, guys. Try these two hacks. Number one, you can never go wrong with the post-workout smoothie. Very easy to whip up, and combinations are endless, right? There's really so many ways to do an easy way if you want just a simple recipe. Protein powder, almond milk or water, frozen mixed berries or fresh berries like strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Throw in a little bit of spinach for some extra protein, extra nutrient boost, and then like some hemp seeds for some healthy fats. Easy. From there, you could bulk it up with some bananas or some oats, and it becomes a very delicious and satisfying meal. The second one, guys, my favorite, the one that I've been doing on repeat basically since for the last like month, is seitan and veggies, typically frozen or pre-made veggies cut up already that I just kind of saute in a pan, shirataki noodles and edamame, throw in some seasonings, whipped up in 10 minutes, easy and delicious, guys. So some tips before we wrap up this episode, guys. A couple tips is you want to make sure that this meal that I'm sharing with you and these meals, these ideas, these hacks fit into your overall plan. So what I mean by that is what are you having for your other meals? So an easy way to do this is to pre-plan, plan ahead. Know how much you're having of the other meals, of your breakfast, of your lunch, of your dinner, and of your snacks. An easy way to do this is use MyFitnessPal. Plug everything in, adjust the amounts so that you're able to meet your nutrient targets, your calorie targets, and your macronutrient targets. And if you don't know what that is, just hit me up, shoot me a message on Instagram at Luis_R Medrano, and I'll be happy to help you out, help you figure out your calorie targets, your macro targets, and even a game plan on how to input everything into your MyFitnessPal, guys. Easy to do. Second thing is to stock up. So what I do is I have typically my grocery shopping days on Saturday. So on that day, I have a day where I either go grocery shopping or I get them delivered, and I have all my seitan laid out for the week, my veggies laid out for the week, my noodles ready to go. They come in packages, so I don't even have to cook them up. Easy. And that way, when it's time to make my meal after I come home from the gym, I just open the fridge, take everything out, whip it all up. It is fast and easy. Eventually, you will get your flow and it'll become an easy, quick meal to do, right? And the third thing, as I mentioned, is make sure you're tracking and that these meals meet your calorie and nutrient targets, your macronutrient targets. So plan ahead, stock up, and track. Okay, easy to do. So guys, let's go ahead and recap, guys. Some of the main reason you want to have meals like this in your back pocket in your toolbox is if you have a fitness goal, if you're trying to achieve your fittest 2025 yet or whatever journey you're on in your fitness now, whether that's fat loss or you're trying to bulk up and gain some muscle, have some meals like the two hacks that I shared in this episode in your back pocket so that you always have something fast, easy, and ready to go that is nutrient rich, nutrient dense, and high in protein, right? So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any ideas for other topics that you want to hear, just shoot me a message on Instagram at Luis_R Medrano. I am the vegan fitness coach, and I'll be happy to help you out. I'll be happy to create episodes on those topics, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So again, thank you so much. This is the Fit Foodie Podcast, a place for plant-based foodies that want to lose weight, feel great, and elevate their lives. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace, love, get that protein in, get your fitness goals crushed. Much love, guys. I'll talk to you soon.